A lot of people know about Lancaster, Pennsylvania as a city that gives you everything that you could possibly want or need within inside of a few miles. But more and more people are getting drawn to another small, lesser-known neighboring town called Lititz, Pennsylvania. Lititz, Pennsylvania is known for its very small town feel, tight-knit community, and way more relaxed pace as opposed to Lancaster City. Let's talk about why so many people are relocating to Lititz, PA, not just from outside of the area, but actually also from Lancaster City. I mean, the first thing, it's pretty obvious. One of the reasons why so many people actually move to Lancaster City, but Lititz is also very attractive for this reason as well, is its walkability. In the borough of Lititz, it's actually very easy to be able to walk to just about almost anywhere that you would need to go on a daily basis. You got local shops, cafes, and even parks that are just within walking distance of where you live. A lot of these shops are old mom and pop shops that are, family owned, whether it's been passed down or just recently opened up in these old, very old buildings in the downtown old part of Lititz. It's actually a very cute town if you go. Even if you live in Lancaster and you don't have interest in moving to Lititz, or you're just visiting Lancaster, I would recommend that you actually take a look at Lititz. It's a great place, very cute town, and it's actually lesser known, but I feel that it could attract just as many people, if not maybe more, because of that small town feel. I actually feel like Lititz is a lot of what people expect from outside of the area when they're looking at Lancaster. A lot of people expect what Lititz actually has to offer. So it's actually quite interesting. So a lot of people move to Lancaster thinking it's this very small, like Hallmark movie-esque feel, which it actually is. Lancaster, downtown Lancaster City, in most of like the central business district areas, is like that feel that people are looking for, but Lititz is even like that smaller, like even more quiet, like shops close very early feel that people actually expect from Lancaster, which is actually another reason why so many people are interested in Lititz, is because of its like family-friendly, small town, safe feel. It's that tight-knit, small, quiet community that you get. It's that small town feel. I mean, the neighborhoods are very family-oriented. It's got great schools and very, very low crime rates. A lot of people that don't want the action that you get in the city. The city gets loud sometimes. It's busy, it's got businesses, it's got trucks bussing through, whatever it is. The city's a lot louder than Lititz is, and it's much smaller, quieter. A lot of people, when they're trying to raise a family or whatever, but they still want that walkability and, just that town feel that you get, or that borough feel that you would get from living in a city or a small town, whatever it is. You still do feel that and get that in Lititz. But it's just smaller and just a more family-friendly oriented space to be. Now let's talk a little bit about housing in Lititz. You get a mix of these historic builds, especially more so in the borough. And then you also get a lot of these newer builds, newer construction, actually fresh, just homes that you would also get in Lititz. As well as it's also just quieter and less dense. You're going to get a little bit more space. It's opened up a little bit more. It's not as tight as it can be in Lancaster City. Look, if you're going for that city life, Lancaster is for you. But if you still like that walkability and, that town feel and that downtown feel that you would get, but you want a little bit more space, privacy, a little bit maybe more yard, and less neighbors, and not having to worry about as much about street parking. There is street parking in Lititz, but a lot more homes are going to have off-street parking than they would in the city. And so Lititz has a lot more pluses from the standpoint of that family-friendly and day-to-day just living. In the sense that you get a better, more family-friendly, more family-oriented town that's a little bit quieter and just better for raising a family. Now, look, I'm going to be blunt. Lititz isn't for everyone. If you're looking to have everything that you could possibly need or want within walking distance and a couple of blocks from you, then Lititz may not be the place for you. Lititz is a much smaller town than Lancaster is, okay? It's got a lot less of a population. It's much smaller, area-wise, but it's also more spread out, so it isn't going to have as much room for, just different businesses and stuff like that. It's a much more residentially based town. It's got a lot less businesses, and it's got a lot less commercial use of a town. Now, there are these mom and pop shops that I was talking about, whatever it is, restaurants, bakeries, but it's not going to have all the big grocery stores that you would need within walking distance of you. You just don't get the grocery stores. You aren't going to get, your work isn't going to be within walking distance, okay? There's not as much to do from job opportunity in Lititz. Now, it's within driving distance, a very, short driving distance of most of the places around that you would need to be going, whether it is a grocery store or whether it is to work, wherever you do work. It's within, minutes of the actual Lancaster city. So it's not far, but if you are looking for that only just like bike to everywhere I go, walk to everywhere I go, whatever it is, it might not be as good of a place for you because you're really not going to be within walking distance of everything that you do need. You're very close to everything that you need. It's a great area for walking. A lot of people love to walk there. It's much more peaceful and much more quiet, and there's not as much traffic, but it's just not going to be as close to everything that you need within like you would within Lancaster. So if you are looking for a lot more to do in terms of activities or whatever it is, you're going to have to drive a bit. There's just not as much to do in the borough of Lititz. It's a smaller, quieter town. People do use that term that it's like feels like you're in a Hallmark movie and the shops close early, whatever it is. It's a much smaller town, and so there just isn't going to be as much to do from an entertainment aspect. But with that being said, there is plenty to do in Lititz, from a community standpoint, because you do still have those community events that you get, the downtown shops, the things that people do enjoy from a leisure standpoint. It's just not as much, it's not as big, it's not as loud, it's just a quiet, there's less to do, but a lot of people do actually prefer that. So if the hustle and bustle isn't your thing, but you do still like the walkability and community living that Lititz does have to offer, then it might be a place for you to check out. And if you're looking to learn more about Lititz, Pennsylvania, or just Lancaster County in general, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Look, my goal is to be your #1 resource when it comes to actually not even just Lancaster, Pennsylvania as a whole, but real estate in general. I want to be your #1 real estate resource. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comment section down below. I'd love to be able to connect with you and meet you there. If you want to schedule a call and learn more about Lancaster in general and see if it might be the right fit for you and your family to move here, hit the link in the description of this video or go to my bio. You can book a call on my website there. We can just have a quick 5-minute chat over the phone. I'd love to be able to connect with you, get to know you, and see how I can best help you when it comes to your real estate needs. So anyways, like I said, if you really enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment if you got any questions, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.